I'm back. I'm a relationship coach and matchmaker. For those of you guys who don't know me, I'm grateful to be here right now. It's currently 11 p.m. California time, Beverly Hills, California time. Los Angeles, baby. It's the time zone I'm on. It's currently raining out, lightly drizzling. It's beautiful. And like I said, I'm grateful to be here with you guys. King of coins, baby. My card. God is good, though, honestly. So I was doing a show earlier, and then I wanted to run in and get myself a little, show you guys. Got this, I don't know if you could see it. It's in, it says Bobo's Original Oat Bar. Oat Bar. Boulder, Colorado, looks like. In 2003. Wow. Yeah. It's gluten-free. Yeah. There's no gluten at all in this thing. But anyways, so I'll wait for some people to get up in here. Nighttime is when I kind of relax. Just like to kind of take a little cruise. Pretty much. I come alive at night, personally. And I figured out just be myself. And you know, we don't realize how much energy we exert trying to be like, you know, we in general, I'm generalizing, but trying to be like everyone else and trying to fit into their schedule. I mean, who's to say that they're right? I mean, think about what I'm saying. Like, who's to say that they should tell us how to live our lives? Like, do you guys ever think about that? Like, we don't have to get up at 7 a.m. And if you're a night owl and it's not good for your body and you need sleep, you need sleep. So there comes a point where you just have to say F it. And you can't be worried about what people think or what they're going to say. There comes a point you just have to embrace who you are fully. And I just got Florida vibes, by the way. Really strong. That just overcame me when I said that. But yeah, you want to just be yourself at all costs, at all measures. And I want you guys to think with a vision in mind. Just like when you guys go to the grocery store, like the health food store, you guys have a vision, right? In your mind, in your third eye, you know where you're going. So you've determined that. So it's the same thing. I want you guys to come up with a vision for your life. How you see yourself living, what you see. I'm living on the beach in a condo in a penthouse with my wife. And we will dedicate our entire lives together to serving humanity. Our entire lives. And I will be sure that I support her 100%. I will be sure that I've taken care of myself, number one. That I've taken care of her, number two, which is my family, essentially. Hold on a second. Turn on there you go. Okay. And my community, which I see as extended family. So I had a near-death experience in 2007. And it was life-changing for me. And it was within, I want to say, 6 months, I started writing books. I started writing like 5 books after this near-death experience. And God said, like, He gave me my mission. And that mission is to provide for myself, my family, and community. It's like a triangle. That's what I see, like, visually. And my vision is to create financial and educational opportunity for those who aspire to lead better lives for themselves and others. My higher aspiration is service, like a little dove. And my life purpose is philanthropy, like a tree with gold on it. But I just want you guys to know that you can do, and I'm seeing a goldfish right now, like in my third eye. I just want you guys to know you can do anything you put your mind to, no matter what anyone says. And anybody that's a naysayer, you guys don't realize how toxic these people are. And I know you love them, okay? I know you love these people, but there comes a point where we have to love ourselves and rise above and elevate ourselves more than we love anybody else initially. And by yourself, I mean with God, through God. We got to die to the old, right? Die to the old man, die to the ego to be and to become reborn in the Holy Spirit or in the light. Metaphysical people call this ascension. It's all the same thing, just different terms. And then people's egos fight over which one's right. It's not like that. It's not like that. This one's right, that one's right. No. All right. We're all talking about the same thing. Ascension, the Hierophant card, the ladder, Jacob's ladder, higher self, all these things, fifth dimension type stuff. So yeah, so many experiences, so much karma we learn from, like the 10 Wheel of Fortune card on the tarot deck. Hopefully you guys are able to hear me. I hope. But yeah, life is a blessing and it's beautiful. And I want to say thank you to everybody that's ever helped me in life. See, I have a choice what to focus on. I could choose to focus on the negative if I want to. I could choose to focus on all the things that have hurt me, that my ego has attached itself to and taken personal, if I wanted to. Or I could be grateful for the things I do have, the clothing on my back, the fact that I can buy food, what little I do have, whatever I have, the beautiful lake, the ocean, the animals in the water, the animals in the woods. I want to say I love my wife. I'll take care of her. And this is in my vision, of course. When I say this to you guys, of course, that's with her higher self. And, yeah, so her having that, ascension. But I see myself being a full-time philanthropist, and her and I are serving humanity together. She's fully taken care of in ways that she could never even imagine. Ever. My love is deep. It's really deep. And I feel like, oftentimes I feel misunderstood. That's okay, because I'm not here to prove anything to anybody. But I often am misunderstood, and that's okay. I mean, I was born a hermaphrodite. If you guys don't know what that is, I was born with ovaries and testicles. My biological parent has the same condition. It's hereditary, and it's called ovotesticular disorder. So that automatically makes me different. Yeah, I'm different physically, I don't know, like mentally, emotionally, just different. But, people will attack what they don't understand a lot of times. But that's where you just have to have integrity. You just have to embrace who you are. You got to be the best version of yourself that you can be. Set standards for yourself. Don't let anybody else set standards for you. Unless they're a mentor. I mean, if they're a mentor, that's another story. But you want to rise above like a hawk, like an eagle, and have integrity. Thank you. I appreciate that very much, 777. Your comment. It's very, very, very kind and sweet of you. So, our only problem is not believing. Or I should say, your only problem is not believing you can. My mentor, my high school sweetheart, told me that years ago. And I'm grateful for that experience also. She was a Cancer Leo Cancer sign. Very grateful. She taught me what unconditional love is. I didn't know how to love myself until I met that person. Yeah. Thank God I had that in my life. That was a blessing from God. A catalyst in my life. Sometimes I miss my dad, my adoptive dad, who I found dead unexpectedly, shockingly, like the Tower card. My dad was the rock for the family. And after he died, well, I became the rock, but things changed at that point, and I won't get into all the details. Yeah, I'll leave it at that for now. One of the books I'm writing is a memoir, so you guys will be able to hear about all this in my memoir. You know, like I said, at some point I'll be able to retire on the beach, but here's the truth. I'll never stop working to serve humanity. I want to live and die being of service. Hey, what's going on? Thank you. Happy New Year to you as well. So, I mean, that is the truth. I'll never stop working, serving humanity, and loving my wife, which is my family, till death do us part. And like I told you guys, when I say that, I'm talking about with her having that self-respect and, you know, showing me respect and honor. All things are possible, right? God didn't say some things, he said all things. So, yeah, if we could just make the world a better place, even in small ways. I know that I have been cutting my Vietnamese soups in half. So I'll pay, you know, $22 plus tax, you know, and all that. And then I split it. I take $11 of it. I split it. I put it in a container and give it to the homeless people like twice a week. And I feel good about that. I feel like, you know, you get what you put out. Now, I'm not giving to get back. Let me just say that. But I really believe in that objective principle that what you put out comes back around. And I'm just going to revert back to what I was saying like a few minutes ago, is I don't care what people think of me. Like if they misunderstand me or they think I'm weird or they don't understand, because I was born differently. And I don't need those kinds of people in my life. See, there's a million fish in the sea. There's dozens of people in this world. Why would I want someone in my circle like that? Think about it. Because that's bad energy. Sucks your energy. Somebody that misunderstands you, that make fun of you, you know what I'm saying? Why would you want someone like that sucking your energy out? You gotta just cut that off. I mean, I gotta say, like, I would say, like, Christmas last year, 2025, is when things started to change for me. It's when I started to love myself for the first time. Yeah, it would have been like, I want to say the beginning, it was the very beginning of December or the end of November. Pretty sure, I think it was the beginning of December, so November, December, yeah. But I actually know what it's like to love myself now, like truly love myself. I mean, it's not that I didn't like love myself before, but I thought I needed a relationship, like kind of you know, I'm not codependent. I want to make that clear. It's not codependency, but I thought I thought I needed something subconsciously. I thought I needed validation or something outside of myself, but I never did. And I've realized and I've learned how to stand on my own with God, and I'm okay. Now, mind you guys, God did not make it so that we're meant to be alone. He made a helpmate, and I'm going to marry her on the beach. And when I say this to you guys again, that's with, you know, knowing and trusting, having faith, that conviction that she is going to elevate. She is elevating. She's rising up, having self-respect, taking care of her body, you know, getting rid of unhealthy people, like getting honest with herself, all of that. And I will love her like I've never loved anybody. She won't even know what to do with herself. But my number one focus, though, like I said, is myself with God. And then, yeah, my family and my career. I'll take care of her. Be sure she's got the highest quality sheets. I don't, if they're whatever. I don't care how much they cost. If they're $500, I don't care. I want her to be comfortable. So just be sure we have health food in the house, the highest security system possible. Um, Serving humanity, the people that can't help themselves, being able to donate money. I'm grateful for my biological dad. I feel kind of emotional right now. For some reason, I don't know why. I just thought about my dad and I got kind of choked up. So I don't know what that's all about. My eyes are kind of teary right now for some reason. But I'm grateful for him. I found my dad. I located him after I found my adoptive dad dead, unexpectedly dead. So I remember meeting my real dad at the train station for the first time. I took a train. I think it was like 17-hour train. Oh, it was longer than that. No, it was supposed to be 17 hours, but the train broke down. It got stuck in the mountains for hours, and there was no air conditioning on the train. That was interesting. But I'll never forget his red hair at the train station. Meeting my dad for the first time, my real father. I mean, it must have felt so vulnerable, right? See, people misunderstand me. I know I'm kind of reverting back to that, but for some reason, I don't know why that thought popped in my head. Maybe because my dad is blood. My billionaire father, I'm proud of him. He's brilliant. And there's a car that says eagle, and I was telling you guys earlier, I'm like an eagle that soars above, like an eagle. Ascension, right? Leadership. But yeah, like I saw my dad, and I can only imagine how vulnerable that must have felt to see your child for the first time in like 20 something years. You know, when I think back, it must have been a real soft, sensitive part of him. How long have I been streaming? Well, I did like 2 other shows before this, but not for long. I maybe did like 20 minutes. So, I don't know. I'd say about an hour I've been streaming. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so what I was saying to you guys is I met my dad. I remember when I saw his house for the first time, and it was really artistic. He had Christmas lights up in his house, and everything was really artisan. Like really like earthy. I describe it as earthy and artsy. Like art and earth. Art, yeah. Like natural, organic, health food. You would never guess my dad's a billionaire. You would never guess. Yeah. He's very humble, very generous. I mean, I guess that goes both ways. I'll say this. My dad can be very stingy, like very conservative with his money, stingy/conservative. But if you meet his standards, he has very high expectations. But once you meet those expectations, my dad is very giving. He's very generous. And God bless him for that. I think it makes me want to cry, honestly. That's what I mean. I feel very grateful for him. He's also a workaholic like I am. My dad is an INTJ. If you guys don't know what an INTJ is, it means introverted, intuitive, thinking, judging. And I'm an ENTJ. So I'm the cousin. Like, basically, I'm an extroverted, intuitive, thinking, judging type. So my dad and I are like reversed, or we're not reversed. I don't know how to describe it. It's called like your cousin. Well, I don't know. My dad, supposedly we're the best in business together. I don't know if you guys know this, but an INTJ and an ENTJ in business are unstoppable, incredible in business. So I hope to partner with my father, my real birth father. I mean, wouldn't that be quite the story, right? Think about it. I was adopted, didn't even meet my dad until so much later in life. Like, I found him. I was the one that sought him out after I found my adoptive dad dead. But he likes plants and animals. Um, he really, really likes landscape, like nature and stuff. My real father. And he's all about innovation and like science and inventing. I don't know, stuff like that. Art. He loves art, history, anything sophisticated. Basically, like, yeah, it's very interesting. But I would like to be closer to him. And I've wanted to be closer to my dad for a long time, but he's a workaholic. I mean, we're both workaholics, quite frankly. Yeah, this is what I do, bro. Don't bring that up if you want to stay in my chat room. I don't like to be told what to do. So don't mention that if you want to stay in here. All right, anyways. Yeah, I was just going to say, like, I plan to settle in Florida with my wife. I'm going to marry her either on the beach or, like, close to the water. And when I say this to you guys, I'm going to say this again. Okay, I got you. I'm just going to say this. That's with me, you know, that's with her, like, being self-respect, you know, having respect and being healthy and honest with herself and, like, not having bad influences. Like, I don't want to be a part. I'm not going to join with this woman until she's gotten rid of these low-class people. Like, these people that are going on dating sites and they're married and they're luring her into bars and stuff like that. I won't have anything to do with that. There's no self-respect or no honesty there. So I pray about this every day. I call the prayer lines every single day, and I pray for her. I have 3 prayers for her every day, and then I've got like 4 for myself, and I think I've got two more prayers. And I mean this. It takes me like 15 minutes to call the prayer lines every day. I have not stopped calling those prayer lines for 2.5 years now. I believe God answers prayers. I truly do. I think that anything you guys are going through, God's going to repay you guys. I promise. It may not seem like it, but I promise you guys, you will be repaid. He sees everything that you guys are suffering from, all the pain that you've endured, the missed chances that the things that you've missed for whatever reason. Maybe your family, I don't know, like your family kicked you out, they overshadowed you, you like were a lost child. Just want you guys to know that there's not anything God doesn't see, and he will repay. He'll repay you for all your losses. You have to have faith. I know that sounds kind of cliche, but I mean it. And there's nothing God doesn't see that we do either. So what happens in the dark is going to come out in the light. It'll be washed to the surface. So that's why they say, do the right thing. When my grandpa always told me this. My grandpa was an E9, the highest rank you could get in the military. The highest rank. He was in the military for somewhere between 30 and 39 years in the United States military as a master chief sergeant, like the highest up you could get. And he always said that. Do the right thing when nobody else is watching. When nobody's looking, just do the right thing. And I really, you guys, I really believe that what goes around comes back around. Yeah, we're taking a little trip tonight. That's what I'm doing. Exactly. So I'm trying to think what else. I was always a weird child. I remember we would go on a family vacation to a place called Shackmack State Park every year. My entire family, I'm talking my extended family, both of my family, like my mother's side, my dad's side. And I remember I brought an entire extra suitcase full of work. Thinking back, I never realized I was such a weird, I was a very weird child. But I would invent things in the cabin. So I invented a pulley system from the top bunk to the bottom bunk. So I had an entire system. that I devised or created to get my stuff from the top of the bunk to the floor. And like, I don't know, just I would hang out a lot. I mean, I'd spend time with the family, but then I'd be like, I'd get bored like I just got tired of small talk. I hated small talk about the news and the weather and like politics. I can't stand that stuff. So I would go into the cabin and I'd start reading books for hours. Like I'd go on my computer, I'd create stuff, create projects, do art, video. I don't know. Like I had Adobe Photoshop. I mean, I was doing all kinds of stuff like that. Editing my photos, all that. Journaling, organizing my journals. I don't know. But yeah, Shack was a fun time. My sister and brother used to jump off a tower. It was a 50-foot tower. You guys can Google it if you want to look it up. It's called Shack State Park, and you could type in the tower. It was an Olympic tower. I guess the Olympics performed there. But I remember my brother and sister jumping off the tower 50 feet in the air. And I'm not joking when I tell you guys it was 50 feet. I'm not. A lot of people are like, are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. So, I don't know. I spent a lot of time outdoors as a kid. In the woods, climbing trees, barefoot. I loved climbing trees. I could get really high on the trees. I spent time in the creeks, catching crawdads. And then in the city, because my dad lived in the city, my mom lived in the country. So in the city, we play Ghost of the Graveyard. It was a game we'd play with the neighborhood kids. I was always the ringleader. Always. But we play like, spin the bottle. Yeah, I know. Spin the bottle, truth or dare. Ghost of the Graveyard. All kinds of like stuff like that. I'm trying to think what else. We acted like we were witches and stuff too. It was so strange. Like we watched the Blair Witch Project, and then like we all pretended like we were like one of the witches. What was it? The Craft. Yeah, the Craft show, the Blair Witch Project. I mean, if I could go back, there's some things I would change. I mean, I would have probably gone to like a Christian school. I did go to Christian preschool. Private Christian preschool. That was awesome. But if I could go back, I would have probably stayed in Christian school, like private Christian school. I did go to a private college. All my colleges, all the way up to my master's degree. My master's degree in psychology, all that was a private, very, very expensive. New England. I was like 20 minutes away from New York. So I was in Vermont near New York. But I had the best experience I've ever had in my life. College. Absolutely loved college. Remember the first time I went to Burlington, Vermont from Indiana? It was like a 17-hour trip. My family was like, you're crazy. But I had requested information from a bunch of schools all over the country. I got probably 20. There was Naropa University, California Institute of Integral Studies, Saybrook University, Pacifica, I think it was like Pacific something in California. There was like 4 schools in California, colleges. Like I said, Naropa, I mean, there's a lot. That was Colorado, and then there was a couple in Vermont, and I knew the moment I saw that school, I got the brochure, I knew without a doubt, like 100% in my chest and in my stomach, and I'm like, that's where I need to go. So, I mean, I was set. My family was like, how are you going to go? How are you going to do that? It's so expensive. I mean, literally, it was like, my student loans were over $120,000 in student loans. And my apartment way back then, dude, yeah, New England, like New York, it's not cheap out there. But I will say this, it was the best experience of my life, and I don't regret it. I remember driving all the way from Indiana to Vermont with my car, just my car. I literally moved all the way, from down south up to the, northeast or whatever. And it was a blizzard. It was a snowstorm. So in Vermont, the snow would get taller than the, what do you call it? Oh gosh, I'm trying to think. The parking meters. The snow would get higher than the parking meter. You couldn't see the parking meters. Like, my car would be buried in, like, I don't even know, like 20 inches of snow. And I don't know how I did it. In retrospect, when I think back, I'm like, how did I ever survive 10 years in Vermont? Like 10 years in New England. I became a pro at driving in the snow. I'll say that. Snow and ice, like, there's nothing like New England. I mean, when you start to drive out there, you can drive anywhere pretty much. I mean, Indiana had snow, but when you go to Vermont and New York, like up there, New Hampshire, oh my gosh, it's blizzard, it's crazy ass weather. But I survived, and I shoveled that snow off my car. Dang, dude. This was before I had a thyroid problem. Now I have a thyroid disorder, and I get cold really easily. Yeah, I could not handle it. The coldness. I could never do that again. But that school was really good. I went to a school called Burlington College. Like I said, it was very, very expensive. I don't remember. I think it was like $20,000. I think a semester. 20K, or maybe it was either a year or a semester, but it was the best experience I've ever had my entire life. My class sizes were 5 to 8 students per class, and the teachers encouraged me to challenge them. We talked about everything, like existentialism, philosophy. It was a liberal arts, like a private liberal arts college. And even my master's degree was a private liberal arts college. I wish I had done private school my entire life. I think that's one of the regrets I have. What else? I wish I had taken the school bus too. I never took the school bus, man. And I wanted to take the school bus so bad. But my parents took me to school. I'm trying to think what else. We used to sit on the roof. Growing up with my dad, I had two families. I had my adoptive mom and my adoptive dad. We used to sit on the roof and eat pizza. We'd sit on the roof with myself, or what do you call it, the phone, the cordless phone, and be talking on the phone on the roof. One time the neighbor called the police, and the police came knocking on the door, and they're like, "What are you doing on the roof?" And I had a whole party up on the roof, man. I had like a whole bunch of people up there. We were having pizza and like writing. We had our journals. We had blankets. We were just enjoying ourselves on the freaking roof. And the cops came and they're like, "You got to get down. It's not safe." So, that was that. But trying to think what else. I had a lot of stereo systems stolen out of my car. So I worked at Best Buy. I was the #1 worker across the entire country. Store number 327 across the entire United States of America. Nobody has ever beat my record in sales. Ever, 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 ever. Same thing with ORANUM.com. So I was ORANUM'S #1 worker, #1 relationship coach, and psychic for 10 solid years in 5 categories, 3,000 per category. Yep, #1. But yeah, so Best Buy. It's very, very interesting experience at Best Buy. I had this cool manager named well, I should probably keep that private. I mean, I guess you don't know his last name. His name was Rob. But he was really fun. He had a yellow car. and he was super positive. Never ever had any kind of positive coach, you know, like a manager guy. You said you're older than you look. Yeah, how old do I think I look? I look 25, huh? 22. Anyways, I beat the record at Best Buy. This was before the military, of course. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. We don't want to get into that right now. I've had a lot of discrimination because of being intersex. Because I was born a hermaphrodite, people don't understand it. They think I'm transgender, which I'm not. So I was born with the ability to impregnate a female. My biological parent has the same condition, and it's called ovotesticular disorder. You guys could look it up, or just look up OTDSD. Once again, that's OTDSD, ovotesticular disorder. So we were born hermaphrodites. And the same thing happened to my parent, too. Everybody would make fun of my parent. You know, my parent won all kinds of contests like I did. I won the shoot the hoops contest in the entire state of Indiana. I was the best free throw and three-pointer. Like, I beat out everybody in my entire school at basketball. And my parent, that's also a hermaphrodite, also was extremely athletically gifted. And so, like, I also got the Presidential Fitness Award from Bill Clinton. I still have it. I have a copy of it. I mean, I have the original. I have the original, actually, the award. But you know, so being a hermaphrodite, it's got its, you know, it's got its pros. I mean, I have just a lot of ways I think differently, mostly because of being born like that. I won the sit-up contest. So just a lot of different stuff. It meant, you know, I was born a man with an extra set of parts and a big heart. So I have a high voice because of ovaries and testicles. But it's just, you know, I'm heterosexual. I'm straight male with a high voice. That's what it comes down to. I've known my entire life, but people don't understand it. They discriminate. A lot of people, they think I'm either transgender or I'm gay. Like, and it's like, no, not even close. But it is what it is. I mean, I can't be expelling my energy on that kind of stuff. I used to spend a lot of days in the dark room at my high school. So I won the photography contest. My photography was very, very good. Let's just leave it at that. I probably could have done like state championship or something with photography. But I would spend hours, like 3 hours, like after school, I'd be in the dark room, you know, so it became a hobby for me, photography and music and video editing. I'm an artist. Yep. I used to sell CDs at school, mix tapes, be like the country mix. I had a rap mix. Every one of them had 22 songs on it. And I had the best CDRs you can buy. Because there's different brands. You know, there's Memorex. I don't remember all the brands. J something. There were so many brands. And I always got the best brand. And people would be buying those things. I'd sell them for $20 a pop. $20 a mix. So you get I'd be like, do you want the rap mix, the R&B mix, the Making Love mix? Like, what mix do you want? Like the hip hop mix, the pop mix, the country mix, the road trip mix? Like, which mix do you want? And I mean, I sold a lot. I'd say I'd probably sold, like, if I had to guess, I think I sold 10 a day. I am not LGBTQ at all. And I'm not, so no trans and no LGBTQ. But I think I'm telling you guys, I think I sold 10 of those mixes. You know, we used to call it burning CDs. I don't know if you guys remember that. Burning them, you'd stick them in and you'd burn it, you know. But I was notorious. I carried a case around school, like a black memory. I think whatever, a case, whatever it's called, casing or whatever. And I just be selling my mixes, or like lollipops. I sold lollipops for $1. $1 a lollipop in high school. It's funny, dude. Yeah. And I had a little club I was in charge of when I was like 8. Let's see, my club, yeah, I was 8, like 8 to, I always had a club, always. So my first club was when I was 8 years old. We had fake guns, like toy guns, like rifles, like fake rifles. And I had my 2 people outside of the clubhouse, like the clubhouse doors. True story. So one on each side, and they'd sit out there and we'd take turns, we'd rotate. And then like, yeah, we always had like the shit bucket, man. There was a shit bucket and we had to take turns cleaning the shit bucket. Well, I didn't know this, but like we put the shit in my stepmom's garden. We thought it was fertilizer. We thought we were dude, I swear to you guys, we thought that we were fertilizing the ground. And so we took turns with the shit, you know, the bucket, and we'd put it in the garden. We'd eat the tomatoes like for dinner. Man, I did not know. I did not know. I swear to God, like I did not know that eating those tomatoes, I thought that the poop would make it, you know what I'm saying, fertilize the ground, but I guess not. I don't know. So, oh yeah. But anyways, I remember my stepsister and I shared a room. This was like, my dad got a girlfriend. My stepsister, we shared a room. We had ant farm up in there, like an ant farm. I'm trying to think what else. We had what do you call it, baking soda and vinegar, and we had like, you know, where it would explode, it caused a little volcano. One time my stepsister and I put soap in the microwave. We thought it would melt because we were going to make our own little animals. Like we wanted to make an animal shape. My stepsister and I loved animals. And I had that, what is that thing that you get, oh I forget what, wildlife. It would come in the mail every month, some kind of wildlife journal book thing, and you'd get like a new animal every month or something. Anyway, we put the soap in the microwave and it exploded. All of a sudden it goes boom, and it exploded and it broke the microwave, dude. It did not melt. We thought the soap would melt. It never melted. So parents came home and we had exploded, we had broken the microwave. So I'm just like, you know, like, I don't know. We always had experiments going. Always. I'm trying to think what else. We had a fish tank. We had one of those crabs, those little, it was like the kind with the eyeballs that stick up. I don't know if you guys have ever seen those crabs. If you look them up on Google, it's the type of crab with the eyeballs. They stick up and they move around like this. And it's a water crab. It's like it goes in the water, it stays down in the water. I had so many of those crabs, man. They were the coolest thing ever. You can watch them eat. They were very interesting. But also had like lots of test tubes and freaking microscopes, man. Dude, this was my stepsister and I. Like I said, we shared a room for a while. And our room always smelled really bad because we had we had worms in there, we had freaking crickets, we had mealworm. I mean, we had everything in that room. We had experiments going left and right, like plant experiment, like plants. We were growing little crystal, you know, the little crystal things, like the toy crystals. I don't know. Yeah, but I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah. So, I mean, that was my like clubhouse that I was in charge of. I put people to work. So everybody was working in my clubhouse, getting shit done. I was teaching these people. I was teaching these, you know, what do you call it? My peers. I was teaching my peers ethics, morals, and stuff like that. I was 8 years old, man, teaching them like how to clean and how to organize. And you're laughing? Oh, really? I don't know. I can't read your stuff, dude. I'm not able to read whatever you're typing at this time. But so, I mean, all of this stuff is going to be in my memoir. I've got 5 books I'm working on spontaneously, like, you know, simultaneously. But yeah, I just think, you know, we could do anything we put our minds to. We just have to really be careful with our focus. We got to keep our head on straight. And it gets easier when you guys when you start to get honest with yourself with the 5 values that I teach you guys: honesty, respect, communication, accountability, and commitment. You let go of the load, like the 10 of Wands card in the tarot deck. You release it. You guys will release that load, and you'll be able to really focus on what matters and feel fulfillment. When we let go of the poison, we get rid of the toxicity, cigarettes, drugs, alcohol, toxic people that are going to bars, man. They don't respect themselves. I'm not like judging anybody. I'm not judging. I mean, the Bible talks about it. I mean, even without the Bible, you know, God doesn't want you drinking alcohol, touching that kind of stuff, marijuana, intoxicating your mind. But yeah, I won't get into all that though. So just trying to think what else. What else I can talk to you guys about. This is my way of relaxing, is to basically take a little cruise, because I work really hard. I'm always creating stuff, driving, pushing. I have I want to say 7 employees right now. Literally. I'm not joking. So I've never been in a management position. I mean, I guess when I was 8 years old and 12 years old. I mean, I've always managed, I've always been a leader, but I've never literally been in a management position. Yeah. So it's a lot of work. I like it. I have no issue with it. It's just a lot. I'll be honest with you guys. It's a lot of work. But I mean, I'm able to learn about myself, my strengths, my weaknesses, and I'm actually feeling a lot of gratitude for these people, which is kind of interesting. I mean, I didn't expect to feel gratitude where I'm crying. I'm crying because I feel so grateful. Like one man said that the money that I give him is enough to feed his family for an entire week. 3 people, his entire family. And I just and this guy has a dream. He's, you know, I'm not going to get into all his private details, but he's got a dream, and apparently the money that I give him is helping him. And yeah, he's helping me and I'm helping him. So, dude, makes me want to cry, dude. I don't know. I feel really, I'm an empath or something, really sensitive when it comes to people. And I hate it when people are poor and they're struggling. It really hurts me. It really does. I told you guys, a lot of people get me wrong. They don't understand me because I was born a hermaphrodite. They think that I'm okay, for example, they might think I'm a girl, and then when I have a lot of energy, they don't know that my testosterone is completely male. I'm a 276. My testosterone is completely in the male range. So I have a lot of energy, and they think, oh my gosh, that girl is hyper. That girl, there must be something wrong with her. They don't understand I'm a man with an extra set of parts and a big heart. So they just get me wrong. I have a lot of drive, I have a lot of energy, and I don't have any mental disorders. I mean, aside from post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD from the military. I went into the military to be an officer. So I think I probably would have done med officer. I really like medical stuff. My grandparents were doctors in Australia. My biological grandfather was a brain surgeon. He was a psychiatrist and a brain surgeon. And my grandmother was a psychologist and a doctor. So naturopathic doctor. I respect my grandparents. I really do. I'm grateful for my real dad too, my birth father that I found. You know, I told you guys I sought him out after I found my adoptive dad dead. My family basically abandoned me after I found dad dead. They exploited me financially and emotionally. My family, my fake family, they stole my multi-million-dollar inheritance. So I have to do court proceedings this year. It's gonna be like a bunch of court proceedings. So I'll be like, you know, I gotta take care of all that. A lot of airplane trips. I'm really not looking forward to that. Flights. I don't want to be on a plane, man. I'm not driving. It's all the way across the country. I can't drive. The only option is to fly. I don't want to be on an airplane with a bunch of germs, but what choice, you know, what choice? It's rude. It's like to not be there. Like it's wrong. I would never ever do that. Like that's not nice to do to like conservatively no. So, you know, actions speak louder than words. My mentor taught me that in high school. My high school sweetheart. She always said that to me. She said it so much that it ingrained itself in my head. Actions speak louder than words, Maverick. Actions speak louder than words. It rings in my head. So true. And she also said, you know, talk is cheap. Yeah, it's true. Actions speak louder than words. Somebody could say that they love you, but they block you. That's not love. Somebody could say that they'll marry you or they'll you know come back for you, but they're gonna block you. Come on, man, that's hypocrisy. That's conditional. That's not unconditional love. So you know, I don't know. I'm grateful for all the things that this mentor and my high school sweetheart had taught me. I want to pay her back somehow. I don't know how I'm gonna pay her back, but I'll find a way. I have a pay it forward list with all my teachers and my doctors. I'm going to keep on building that list because I'm starting a company. So if you guys don't know, I mean, I was the #1 relationship coach and psychic for 10 solid years. I was paid $1 million a year by clients for 10 years, $1 million a year. Now I never made that because they took 80%. The company took 80% commission, 80%. So now I'm starting my own company. Like my dad, both of my fathers had multiple businesses. My adoptive family, multiple businesses. My real family, multiple businesses. Now I'm starting a business. My only regret is not doing it when I was younger. If I had not, I guess, you know how to say this. So I'm trying to think how to say this. Instead of turning to drugs and alcohol, I turned to relationships. And I wasn't codependent. There's a difference. I wasn't codependent, but I used relationship, like I was like basically a savior. I was like it's called a rescuer. As a man, a white knight. I was the white knight, and I wasted a lot of time with girls most of my life that had alcohol problem or like a mental illness and stuff like that. Narcissist, you know, a lot of things. And my only regret is not starting a company earlier. Yeah. Now, this is what's interesting. My biological dad, when I met him, after I found my dad dead, I met my real dad, Max. He offered to pay for Harvard University. So one of my teachers, he was saying, you need to go to Harvard. And I was like, at that time, I mean, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I didn't go to Harvard. I should have went to Harvard. You know, I was a straight A college student, by the way. But I was like a hippie without the drugs. So I didn't go to Harvard. I went to a hippie school. Like expensive, you know, liberal arts, private, expensive. but I should have gone to Harvard. I don't know. I wasn't thinking. And my dad offered to pay for the whole entire schooling. My real dad, after I found him. But that was a mistake. Yeah, I can't afford Harvard. My dad's a billionaire, bro. Hate to break it to you. Yeah, I definitely, and I would have gotten a scholarship anyway. I would have gotten into Harvard, no doubt. I'm not going to argue about it. I'm not here to prove myself to you. But that's besides the point. You know, I know that God sees everything we do. He hears our prayers. He sees everything you guys do. Good, bad, in between. He hears your heart. He hears your prayers for yourself, for your family. And he's going to bless you. He will bless each and every one of us. Let me just say that. But yeah, I'm grateful for my teachers. You know, like I said, my college had really small classes at that private in Vermont. And all the houses in Vermont were polka dotted and striped and multicolored. And they had lights all year long in that city, Burlington, Vermont, man. If you guys Google image Burlington, Vermont, best experience I've ever had. You've got musicians on the streets all night long. I mean, they're on all night long. There are, the town is full of, like, I don't know, therapists and hypnotists and performers, like performers, like street performers. Best experience, like I said, I've ever had. In Rutland? Oh, yeah, that's right. That's really cool. Yeah, I went to Ben and Jerry's factory, you know, Vermont teddy bear, all that stuff. Yeah. It's like, but, you know, Vermont is where I really discovered my value. Yeah, it's the first time I ever discovered my true worth, my real worth, was Burlington, Vermont, when I left my family. It's called the individuation process. I had to leave my family down south, my Indiana family. Now, my family is originally from California, but grew up in Indiana. We call it the South because we have southern root. We have Kentucky roots. My family's connected to Kentucky, like the heritage. My real family, like my blood birth family's from Australia and Canada. But yeah, I left and I found myself. I left my family and I discovered who I am. And I developed a strong work ethic in Vermont. All that stuff. Integrity, creativity, intellect, critical thinking, the whole shebang. Huge blessing. I'll just say that. Then I moved to the Pacific. Well, I mean, I moved a few places before, but then I moved to the Pacific Northwest. And everything out here looks like a cartoon when you're on the airplane. When you're used to the East Coast, like the East Coast, everything out here is huge. It's like a cartoon. But out here, it's way better than the East. I mean, well, don't get me wrong. I like Florida, okay? So I plan to settle and marry in Florida. But the West Coast, what do they say? The West is the best. You guys might have heard that. The West is the best. I would say people out here are pretty down to earth. I don't like Seattle at all. I hate big cities. I'm going to be real with you guys. Can't stand them. I'll never step foot in Las Vegas. I don't support Las Vegas. I think it's Sin City. I don't like it. Portland, Oregon. Again, I don't like cities. It's just there's no peace in cities. My dad's like that too, my real father. He's not a fan, that kind of thing. My dad, okay, so my real dad introduced me to scallops for the first time. I remember we went to a fancy seafood restaurant, and we went to an art museum, and my dad had me try scallops. So good. I like how chunky they are, and the texture. Ooh, so thick and chewy. Yummy. But yeah, my dad used to do protests apparently for peace. He used to, when I went to go see my dad for the first time, he had pictures of himself holding up peace signs all over his fridge. And that's when I learned about health food. My dad had all kinds of health food. He was really, really big into organic, and he even timed it. Like, he had a timer and a freezer in the back of his vehicle. And he's like, we have 20 minutes. And he was really picky about it. Like, my dad is funny. He's a mad scientist is what he is. He's an INTJ, crazy, brilliant guy. So he taught me about a lot of health food. Like, I'll never forget, what do you call that yogurt stuff, that probiotic, kefir, the kefir stuff. My dad had fine taste for art, food, beverage, but you'd never think my dad's a billionaire. Like I said, he's really sorry, I have really bad dry eye. I actually need to get some plugs. I need to get like those plugs in my eyeballs where the eye doctor puts the plugs in. But yeah, anyway, you would never guess my dad is well off, because he's pretty humble. He's humble, he's chill, he's down to earth. He's hippie. He's a hippie without the drugs. Like, he doesn't, like me, I'm straight edge. I don't touch anything. You can't pay me to touch alcohol. I don't respect it. There's not one thing I respect about putting that poison in your mouth. And it really is. If you think about a little baby, can you guys imagine putting like some alcohol in that baby's throat? Like, if you guys think about what I'm saying, imagine just for a second, imagine this little soft baby, and you open its mouth and put beer in its mouth. It's going to burn the baby's throat. So here's the thing, is like, you guys are a child of God. This is what I don't understand about humans, mostly Americans, because in other countries, it's not an issue. Like in India and Pakistan, no one touches alcohol. Like, it's illegal, by the way. In those countries, it's illegal. But I just don't see a point. It seems very, very asinine to me to even put poison in your mouth, in your throat, and it burns and it goes into your liver and it pollutes your liver. And same thing with drugs and marijuana. Like, why would anybody want to cloud their consciousness? This beautiful thing that God has given us. This beautiful thing, I just don't get it. All right, I'm gonna pull over, I think. I'm tired of driving around. I want to pull over, and then after this, I'm gonna go back to my studio. If you like that. Go back. There we go. Stay good? Awesome. Oh, yeah, good. Good grief. Okay. It's late at night, man. I'm a night owl. Did I tell you guys that? I really like being up at night. It's for me, it's peaceful as hell. The whole world's sleeping, all the mumbo jumbo. Did you guys know billionaire Elon Musk? Elon Musk goes to bed at 1 a.m. every night, and he gets up between 7 and 9. I just want to encourage you guys to, like, live your own life. You know, live your own schedule, live your own life. Don't worry about anyone else and how they live their lives. Just be you. All right, I'm going to read you guys' comments. The fuck? It's like, you said you're unique. That's a gift, my friend. Thank you. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well. How long have you been I've been streaming for like an hour and a half probably. Okay, let's see here. I'm a man. I was born with ovotesticular disorder. So I was born with the ability to impregnate a female. My voice is high because of the ovaries. My testosterone is completely male since I've been a baby. But I'm straight, I'm not transgender, and I'm not LGBTQ. Okay, let me see. You said you're a wild child. You said we on a road trip tonight? Yeah. Your aura is blue and purple, by the way. Spoken truth. You said that sounds amazing. He said, may I know why you wear black and red clothes? Those are my favorite colors. Yeah. And there's color psychology. Everything vibrates. Everything is molecular structural energy. So these are my colors, and it has energy. Every color is different. You guys got to look this stuff up. I'm for real. I know it sounds weird, but you said I think it's just the lighting. Oh no, my clothes are everything I wear. Well, as a red, black, white, and gold. All my stuff. My car even. You said it's just something about being on campus. I really enjoyed it. Oh yeah. I stayed in the dorms one time and it was amazing. So awesome. I had my own room. Yeah, I had a private dorm. Let's just say that. I didn't share a bed. Like, I did not share a dorm with somebody. I don't think that would have been really good for me. Let's see. You said you're older than you look. Perhaps. I say I'm 22 for life. Hermaphrodite is not the same thing as intersex. Let me say that again. Hermaphrodite and intersex are different. So intersex is the broad term. There's many intersex conditions, like strings that are hanging. So a hermaphrodite is somebody with both parts. So ovotesticular disorder. OT. I didn't say OG. Yo, OGG. I said a car just went by. It says wolf on the back. WOLF. By the way, ovotesticular disorder. OTDSD. My parent has that. I meet with the geneticist. I meet with the director in Seattle. So we have sessions. She thinks that it's in the family. She's the director of the Genetics Society of the organization. You said, wow, that's so cool. You said you would be a god in other times. Yeah, Indians call it. There's a name for it. Is this some kind of uniform that you wear? Uniform or your own brand of clothing? It's a uniform that I plan to brand. There we go. That's hilarious. Nice name, by the way. Ink droplets. That's cool. Do you identify as LGBT? Not at all. Absolutely no. Nope. I'm very conservative, actually. Okay. You said you said, oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. PCOS. Yeah, that's different. I wonder how high your testosterone was. So once you hit 70, you're in male range at 70. I'm a 270. I am way over there. That's what I mean. Like, people thought, like, why is that girl so hyper? Like, why does that girl have so much energy? Now, not everybody perceives me as a girl. I'm a long-haired male artist, musician. Okay? Like, I know some of you guys are probably like, you look like a girl. There's going to be other people, like 50% of the room would say, no, dude, you're a long-haired artistic male, like musical male. And I am. Okay. But yeah, with PCOS, I think the testosterone is still lower than like 70 generally. You said my daughter wants to sell candy or something at school. Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I used to go to the Sam's Club. It's like a Costco, and I used to get lollipops and sell them for $1 in high school. Let's see here. Let's see. You said, yeah, me and my cousin used to order the stuff in the back of the magazines or comic books. Interesting. Oh, wow. Soda, that is crazy what you just said. Oh my gosh. Oh, you're a troll. Huh, that makes sense. There we go. Great. You said, if you have any position, I'm open. You said, I need work. Yeah. Jason 777. I like your digits. Holy Spirit, love that. I'm real picky about who I hire. All respect, all due respect, okay? All due respect. Let me see here. Oh, we got a troll advertising in my chat room. Okay, I'm still reading here. You said typing isn't always comfortable. YouTube should allow viewers to talk verbally with the streamer. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, let me keep on reading here. Okay, let me see here. Still reading the comments. Oh, if you're going to criticize my driving, you're out of here, bro. It's just like that simple. You said, I'm still reading all your guys' comments. He said, just keep an open heart. You will figure out how to make it work by paying it forward. 100%. The satisfaction that I'm going to feel when I can cross off, like, this teacher's name, you know, like, pay it forward, like, pay them back. Pay them or their families. Make them something. Maybe I'll make them something, like a collage. These teachers. I'm going to do something. Yeah. You said my daughter lives in Rutland, Vermont. Vermont is known for moose. Burgers. I was like, no, I did not see a moose till I was out in the Pacific Northwest for the first time. Like, I saw a moose for the first time last year. I never seen a moose before. You said that's a different experience from a big city. So, oh, you're from a big city. He said, so that sounds cool and different. Yeah. Libertarian. I used to be libertarian. My biological dad is the Green Party. My real father. You said, I love scallops. Yeah, my dad taught me all about scallops. My real birth father. I like the name Cheyenne. Reminds me of a horse. There's a lot of names I love. Rebecca is my #1 name. Love it. Rebecca, Victoria, Victor, Isabella, Bella, Cheyenne. Oh my God. I love Catherine. I love these names. Just love them. Let's see. Okay, I'm still reading your guys' comments. Oh, yeah, that's good. All right, I'm still looking at your guys' comments. We got a couple trolls in here. I apologize for the trolls in my chat room. Yeah, I was born a hermaphrodite male. My voice is high because I was born with an extra set of parts and a big heart. You said, last night, you said my fish went for a walk. What? I don't know what you're talking about. All right, let me see here. You said good things happening in Venezuela. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Let's see here. You said, oh, got another troll up in here. You said, still looking here. You said, I want your beanie. Oh, this? God first. I love my beanie. Yeah. You said you have a big forehead. I love my forehead. All right, let's keep on going, guys. Still looking here. You said, wait, you said you're a guy. Yeah, I'm a hermaphrodite male. If you can look it up. Look up OTDSD. My parent has the same thing. Now, it depends on who sees me. I have long hair as a man, like a musician. I mean, like, I'm a poet, I'm an author, like, you know, a writer, I should say. But it depends on who sees me. I mean, I used to, okay. I used to be full-time on this one website, and people would tell me, we do like little polls and stuff like that, and 50% would say, yo, you're a man. 50%? Nah, you look woman. You look like a woman. But it depends. I mean, I was born with the ability to impregnate a female. My testosterone is completely male, and my parent has the same condition. Excuse me. Just burped. I don't know who that is. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know who you're talking about. I got the King of Pentacles again. So in the beginning of my show, I don't know if it was this one or the show I did just before it, I pulled one card out of 80 and I got my card right here. This is my card. My girl is the Queen of Pentacles. Coincidence. And I didn't even realize that. Let me just say that. This has been my card for years. There's two cards. Card 17, which reduces to 8, the Star, and the King of Pentacles. So then I meet my twin flame. And my twin flame ends up with card 17, the Star, and the Queen of Pentacles coincidentally the power couple, right? The duo, the power duo. It never occurred to me until this year. I was like, whoa, she's the queen, I'm the king, and we're both the star? Like, you not, like, dude, I swear to God, I did not put two and two together. Like, short circuit. So I found that, I think it's interesting. But anyways, guys, I got the sun. My dad in heaven's like, yeah, I can feel his energy. I'm super sensitive to energy. But dad's like, yeah, it's true. Yeah, I'm both. I'm straight though. I'm heterosexual. I've known I was a man since I was like 5 years old. Like like straight. No question, no doubt. So like it is what it is. Yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else I could share with you guys before I get off here. Just like want to inspire you guys, just let you know that you guys can do anything you put your mind to. Yes, look up ovotesticular disorder, OTDSD. Ah, I saw that. Somebody's sending me some love. I see that. Who is that? Who dat? Who dat? But yeah, just what else can I share with you guys? I mean, my best friend and I in middle school and high school, we used to make these witch rocks and we would bury them. There was a certain spot every year we'd go and we'd make the witch rocks and bury the witch rocks. And we played Ghost of the Graveyard, Spin the Bottle, Truth or Dare. I mean, like, it's just crazy. I remember I used to have black lights. I had like posters all over my room just growing up. I lived in the city and the country because my mom lived in the country. My dad lived in the city. I had a fort. I had a clubhouse in the city, and I had a tree fort in the country. Seen the best of both worlds, guys. Car just passed me and it says EDM on the light. It says North Dakota. It's a black truck that says North Dakota with EDM on the license plate. And it made me think of a couple of things. But one of those things that made me think of is EDM music. And I love EDM music, electronic dance music. Tiesto, Van Buren. I like 80s vocal synthwave. My number one music is 80s vocal synthwave. And then classic vocal trance. Those two are my favorites. And then I like pop country, rap country, rock country. Next car says H54. H54, like 9. Anyways, this is gold. Okay, so do you cook? I don't cook, no. I eat healthy though. I eat I eat at healthy drive-through. Healthy drive-through. When I say dry, I'm talking about health food, like actual health food. Like there's a place that I eat at. It's really healthy. Kurt Cobain is from my town, and Axl Rose, the whole Guns N' Roses used to live in my town. So we used to drive by their house, Guns N' Roses. My dad found Axl Rose drunk in a trophy case. My dad had Axl Rose as a student. My adoptive dad. Yeah. Sweet child of mine. Welcome to the jungle. It's like, oh man. Slasher, man. Duffy. Oh man. They from our town. Like I said, my hometown. And Kurt Cobain is from my hometown also. Blind Melon. What's that? Blind Melon. People be going to his grave every year putting candles on it. Oh yeah. Yeah, Tia, you said you love Tiesto? For sure. For sure. All right. Well, guys, I would love to stay on here longer, but I'm going to go. So I wanted to say thank you, guys. You said you're cute as fuck. Thank you. I appreciate all of you guys. Thanks for the love on my channel. Please pray for me that I will successfully be able to build my company, and I'll be able to launch my company, and that I will be able to fully get funding for my company. My dad's a billionaire. He said, get a business plan together. That's what my dad told me. Get a business plan together. And he knows how hard I've worked. I was the #1 worker out of 3,000 employees in 5 categories. 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. #1 for 10 solid years. Paid $1 million a year, but I only took home 20%. They took 80% of my commission. Now I'm starting my own company, like my dad, who I respect. My father, Max. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you, and God bless you guys.